Pinkroom started with like I wanted to make shirts longs like a while back. I'd see people with different shirts on, and I kind of wanted to have my own thing where I could take up more space, as much space as I want in a shirt, and it'll be my artwork or it'll be a design that I like, and if people see it, they like it, they wear it, they share it. But the name came in because my stepsister used to, well, her room used to be pink, but when they moved out, I always wanted my own studio, so I used the pink room that she used to live in for sleeping and everything. So I used that room as my whole art studio, my whole screen printing, the do all the shirts and posters, everything in that one room. So yeah.
I lived in Brawley for my whole life. I was pretty much born and raised here, graduated here, and yeah, still been here. Like, I don't really see a need to leave it, as fast as other people, want to leave. Like, it's hot, but it's cool, I'm used to it. I was born here. So it's like, I don't really have, I don't have anything like, else in a bigger city to kind of, live in or settle down in. So it's like, I'm kind of not stuck here. It's just, I'm not totally against it. I like this place. I don't see no need for leaving it. But yeah, someday. All the influence from, old, like when punk bands used to do their stuff, they used to make their own CD covers, their own flaps and everything. They put it out there, their own flyers and everything. So that's what I wanted to do with a clothing line, and so I was able to do that. Okay, it's art. It's artists and thinkers. It's mainly art, whatever I could come up with, whatever I could do myself. It's also do it yourself. So anything I could do myself, I'll put it out on a shirt. I'll put it out on a poster, and the things that inspire me would have to be just other brands. I always like seeing other people's artwork on T-shirts and what they put. Another inspiration would be, I like street art, like graffiti, stuff that actually means something on walls. You see it and, kind of makes you think. I like anything like, Shepard Fairey, Obey, Banksy. Like, I like a lot of that stuff. So you'll see some of the stuff similar to what I put out. You'll see it in that too. So that's a big inspiration. My inspiration for Pinkroom Clothing Group, usually, when I first started it, I kind of started with the idea like do it yourself. Like everything I could do, I should do it myself because just one, you're saving money, then two, it adds a certain style to your product that it shows more handmade and hands-on. I focus on Instagram mainly because everyone always scrolling, so you're gonna see it no matter what if you're on. But I usually I'll make an image or I'll put something a description of a new product I have coming out or just whenever the date's coming out, and also through contests I post if they can share the page, they have a chance at winning something, and also and just even on Facebook too, just same thing. Just connected through that, and mainly pictures, images, and whatever photo shoots we have, we just put pictures up on there too. Every now and then, Brawley will have these like a couple events, maybe 2 or 3 events, and it's like one's for Cinco de Mayo, one's for cattle call, and I don't remember what the other one was for, but yeah, they have these 3 events, and they have a parade, and they'll have a get together where the community they'll meet on Main Street, and it's a nice turnout. It's always a nice turnout, and it's nice to be there sometimes. But after that, when those events are done, it's like, then what? It's like everyone kind of just goes back into their house and doesn't come out
to the next one. It's like that's what it seems like. It's just they'll come out for that event, and it's nice to see them, but they kind of just everyone just goes their own way. Just after those days, it's like, oh, it's cool and all, but and then recently I'd like there's this it's called the Starts with Arts Foundation from El Centro El Centro, and that they're actually showing more attention to the arts in schools, and recently they're trying to do it more in the community, and that catches my interest to the point I'll make an effort to go. That's something I care about. That's something I want to join, because there's not much like that, and I understand where they're coming from, because I feel the same way. Like, there's not much to do out here, So, and art, when it comes to art, that's what I want to do. So, yeah, then I don't know. That's just kind of, I feel comfortable with them. Right? I feel that's my comfort spot. With the whole arts. Starts with arts, and that's a big part. I like that. That's my interest.
Where do I see Pinkroom in 5 years? I want it to be like a big or a nice size brand locally, like Brawley, Imperial Valley, or El Centro, Calexio, throughout the Imperial Valley. And if it expands to San Diego, I would like it for it to be out there for sure. Yeah, just that's where I still want. I want to start off small, see where else I can go.
When I was in high school, I would always my friend Paul. He would always tell me about these shows. Bands are playing, and that was like the first time I actually went to like my first, I guess it'd be a punk show, because it was a Zero show back then, and yeah, that was like the first show. And ever since then, I've always liked the whole music, the whole just the genre of punk music, and the whole do it yourself aspect of it. It just all the bands, even when they made the flyers, they would just, it wouldn't be a full on like a nice flyer like you see for a rave, or it was just they would just do it themselves or draw it up. And ever since then, I like that, and then I started getting into a lot of punk music, and just that a lot of that music, it was really really raw, so it kind of just it was grungy, and just kind of it would push me to want better. Like, it's just, then it would come to it would come in with the whole community. Like, I just felt there was more to this little town. It's like, I'm in this small town, and I don't want to be here. I don't want this to be like, oh, that's Randy's, that's where he's stuck there. Like, no, I don't want that. It's just, I want something in this town that people could do. They could express themselves, and it's like, they could express themselves now, but how cool would it be to have other people like you just doing the same artistic stuff that you like, but in a different their own style, their own view, their own just their own way of doing things. And that's what I want. I want to get a lot of people together, just to express themselves artistically, musically, and I just think that'd be really it's always, to me, I've always pictured it a fun time, a good time.
You gotta constantly create, think about, a new something, something you want to do, create it, take it to full extent, see what you can do with it, something you love doing. And you know, if you can put it together with someone else, then you guys just go further, you know, as a team, or whether it's, you know, anything you're doing musically as a band, or even collaborating on an art piece, whatever. But you know, Pinkroom Clothing Group, I want to bring artists like that. You know, everyone has ideas, but they don't have the funds, or they don't have, you know, they don't know the right people. You know, just bring everything you know together, and as a group, you know, spread it out, you know, however way you want. You know, whether it's events or whether it's, you know, concerts or shows. You know, just I want to put everything, you know, where artists have a place where they could come together and, you know, put a lot out there. So I would like to, you know, bring that community together with Pinkroom.